Oh, hey, there you are. Come on in. Welcome to Alex Gordon Radio at Home. I'm Alex Gordon, and this is Alex Gordon Radio at Home, episode 8. Really happy to be here, and we're really glad that you're here too. We've got some really good friends stopping by to talk to us. We got Galen, who's going to talk to us about his tap dancing skills. That's right, I said tap dancing. We've also got a friend of ours named Diane who stopped by and talked to us about her gymnastical studies. We've also got an extra special edition of Song today. And we've also got something new, and it's called this.
The Alex Gordon Radio at Home News Can.
Welcome to Alex Gordon Radio at Home News Can. This is a segment where we'll be reading news from the goings-on in our world and in the worlds of our friends. Tonight on the Alex Gordon Radio at Home News Can. For dinner last night, Devante had ravioli, broccoli, and garlic bread. For dessert, he had the choice of vanilla pudding or 2 chocolate chip cookies. He chose the pudding. On Tuesday, Sam and their uncle put together a puzzle. There were 2 pieces missing. Last week, Shaniqua drew a picture of a fox standing next to a tree. In financial news, John got an advance on his allowance for mowing the lawn when it was his brother's turn. And lastly, 2 plus 2 does actually equal 4. We've checked. And that has been the Alex Gordon Radio at Home News Can.
The Alex Gordon Radio at Home News Can.
So with that said, let's go. Let's get back to your gymnastical studies.
Okay.
So how long have you been doing gymnastics?
Since I was about 10, so like 6 years.
Okay.
Probably a little bit more, like a couple more months. But
Okay.
I've only competed for 6 years.
Okay, are you what events are you doing?
Well, in the past I've done all 4 events, vault, bars, beam, and floor, but I think this year I'm trying to move up a level, and I don't think I'll have enough skills for one event. So I'm gonna try to do vault and floor this year, and maybe beam if I get the skills for it. But I'm not going to do bars this year, if we have a season. All
right, there's a couple questions. What do you like the most out of all of the events?
Floor. Easy.
Okay.
Very easy.
That beam doesn't look too easy either. I wouldn't go near that thing. I can't stand on one foot anymore without falling over.
For me, it is the most challenging, but I think for most people it's not.
The bars or the beam?
The bars.
Okay,
Yeah.
So this is not the trapeze thing. Right?
No.
And
So the bars,
are these the uneven things where one's
Yeah.
higher than the other? Okay.
yeah, so it's like
So
one's kind of here and then the other one's up here, and they have all these railings that hold everything together, and they jump from one bar to the other, they jump from the lower one to the higher one and continue their routine. And some people do release moves where they literally start on the high bar or the either bar and they fly up to the other one, not by jumping.
Good grief.
I don't do that.
What do you do when you're on the bars?
I'm gonna explain this. Well, one thing that I do is a skill called Giants, which is where you're on top of the bar and you cast up, which is like, I don't know, imagine like doing a handstand on the bar, but I don't know how to explain this.
Is this like your main activity that you're involved with?
Oh yeah, I mean, it takes up a lot of my time. Like during a normal school year, I don't really have much time for anything else. So, yeah.
Okay. So have you competed?
Yeah.
All right, what do you think about that? Do you like doing that?
I do. It's kind of, the first point of doing this is to have fun, but it's also, it is kind of what we work for. the chance to compete and the chance to show off our routines. So it is, I mean, when you're a little gymnast and it's like your first time competing, it's kind of scary because, you know, you've never really done it before. But after a few years of like experience and knowing what to do, like it's not as big of a deal.
All right, so is this something that you think you want to do? Like you want to like move on and maybe do this professionally, or?
Well, not professionally. I don't think I could go elite because, well, I'm sure if I worked for a couple more years, yeah, maybe I'd have the possibility, but I only have 2 more years in high school, and most people who go elite are like already training elite in high school. And then I don't think I'd do gymnastics in college. It's not really what I think I really want to do. But there's like, just by doing gymnastics, there's a lot of other opportunities for me to do, like college sports. There's also something called acro and tumbling, which is like the flipping aspect of gymnastics and kind of like the stunting of cheer. And then because I tumble so much, I could also try cheer. And then there's somewhat of a dance aspect in gymnastics. And I think I would try to do dance in college, but my coach and I both agree I kind of need some more like dance training if I want to pursue that.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Hey, Banana Jack here. Do you know what time it is when I'm in a hurry and I need a snack? Ding dong, it's banana time. I grab a banana, peel back the rind, and I do my health a favor. Hey, if a banana is good enough for a monkey, then it's good enough for me. Can't go wrong with a banana.
Banana, nana, ding dong, can't go wrong.
You also mentioned something that I thought was really a curious point, and I think a really valid point. You mentioned tap dancing in terms of an athletic, you know, or being a sport, and I think that that's a really valid point. Can you talk more about that?
About tap dancing being a sport, or yeah. Well, there's a lot of things that go back and forth between what a sport is, and I never really thought about it until I hit school, like ninth grade and stuff, and people were like, well, this is a sport and that isn't, and it forced me to think about it for a bit. But I believe the definition of a sport is anything that you can compete in that is like physically exercise your body. And I feel like that's changing now too, as we get into games that you can play games for as if it's a sport. So I feel like a lot of that is starting to shift. But tap dance is very intensive. It's very exhausting to do, and it requires a lot of training. And so I feel like you have to kind of consider it as a sport, because it's just, there's so much going on for all these little intricacies with the sounds, and for someone who knows about audio and hears the little differences between like a scraping sound and a clear tap, or like percussion as well. There's several different sounds, and sometimes they sound a lot better if you do if it's clear, or if it's sort of foamed, or sort of silenced a little bit, and of course emphasis, and of course people compete. People compete in all kinds of dances. People compete for ballet, and it's no different with tap dance. It's just a less known of dance, I guess, or a less popular one. That's a common idea, that if you dance, that you're better at sports, or and I think it falls way back into history too, because people who fought in the war, or like especially I think even into medieval times, warriors or knights had to know how to dance, because it was very important to the battle process. You had to know or how to fight, because there are steps and there are ways in which you fight, and it's the same with dancing. There's certain steps that you must know in order to actually properly dance. and I guess so. I feel like that has been a common concept, and it's just built up that if you dance, you're often better at other aspects or other sports or other activities. I feel like it probably goes both ways as well. If you're good at other activities, you probably are pretty good at dancing as well. I feel like that is because dancing is I mean, it's a combination of a bunch of different steps.
And now it's time for Song. Today on Song, I asked a friend of mine, Tasha LeRae, an excellent vocalist here in town, if she would sing a song that I wrote entitled Jungle Gym. And she agreed.
Nothing is the matter when I'm climbing up the ladder on the jungle gym. And I can never tire of climbing ever higher on the jungle gym. Climb and play, I just may stay all day today. I can see the trees that are swinging in the breeze on the jungle gym. And I can hear the birds that sing without words on the jungle gym. Sounding like do-do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do, on the jungle gym. Oh, 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 the jungle gym. Oh, 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 climb and play, I just may stay all day today. I am always yearning for anything concerning the jungle gym. Life is really thrilling, exciting and fulfilling on the jungle gym. Climb and play, I just may stay all day today. Ooh, today. Ooh, today. Ooh, today.
Before we go, we'd like to tell you about a way that you can support this show if you'd like to. We've had some requests and had some people ask how they can help and support the show, so we set up what's called a Patreon page. It's at patreon.com/AlexGordonRadio. You can go there and find out how you can help support the show. Also, if you've got news for our news can, you can just have your folks email us that stuff to alexgordonradio@gmail.com. Just like if you want to be on the show, send us your news and we'll read it straight out of the news can. And now it's time for
The last word.
Today's last word is brought to you by Gabby and Mika.
5, 6, 7, 8.
boy, you got to look into the thing here. Where are you going? Good, you ready?
My hair fell off.
Oh, okay, we'll take care of it in a minute.
I'm done.